I just love watching this dude Kirby get grilled about Israel and Palestine. It's like watching a deer getting caught in headlights, trying to lie to you about what you can obviously see. Here, a reporter asks him, why are we still supporting Israel when they're the reason why Palestinians are starving in Gaza, and now the US is trying to give aid to Gaza. Why should we still support Israel?
Thanks, John. You've laid out now a couple of times the practical challenges that will be part of this airdrop or these airdrops. And I'm kind of curious about that because those are risks that the United States now has to take on for itself, conducting those airdrops. The reason those risks now fall to the United States is because Israel is starving those people. So why are we still so supportive of Israel when it is the one that is creating the problem that the United States now has to try to ameliorate?
Israel itself has tried.
Yeah, that is a good question. Why should we still support Israel if we're going to then have to go in and solve the problems that we're causing? Uh, which just shows it from the beginning. We should not have been supporting Israel.
Tried to help with the delivery of humanitarian assistance. As I said, they tried airdrops themselves just a week or so ago on their own accord.
So why are so many people still starving?
So his answer to why are we still supporting Israel when they're causing Palestinians to starve is we still support Israel because they attempted to give aid to Palestinians a week ago. Wow, what an insane answer.
It's a war zone, and there's nowhere else for them to go. It's not like in some other conflicts where they can easily flee. And
Okay, why do they not have any other place to go? Because the Israeli government has bombed uh, pretty much every single part of Gaza. Uh, very few buildings are left standing. Uh, like 80+% of the infrastructure has been destroyed. And now 1.5 million plus Palestinians are stuck in Rafah, the last safe zone for them to go to, and it's being bombed by the Israeli government.
And let's not forget how this started, okay? There'd be no need for airdrops if Hamas hadn't chosen to break what was a ceasefire in place on the 6th of October. So let's not forget how this started. There is a need.
Okay, there wouldn't be a need for food if the Israeli government didn't destroy percent of the infrastructure. Okay, you can blame Hamas for October 7th and, them killing people, but anything after that, that's the Israeli government doing it. The Israeli government can't blow up somebody's house and then be like, oh, well, Hamas on October 7th, that's not my fault. That is the fault of the Israeli government. The Israeli government preventing aid getting into Gaza, that's because of the Israeli government, not because of Hamas. And we cannot forget the fact that Bibi Netanyahu has been funding and supporting Hamas in order to prevent a two-state solution by splitting up the Palestinian people between the West Bank and Gaza, the Palestinian Authority, and Hamas. Uh, Bibi does not want a two-state solution. He's been actively and openly rejecting that, and that is why he supports Hamas. There's many articles you can find showing Bibi Netanyahu's support of Hamas.
Many people are in desperate need of food, water, medicine, and fuel. And the United States was and remains and will continue to be the leading provider of humanitarian assistance to them. And we take that responsibility seriously.
Well, the leading provider, yeah, they only started providing aid after France, Egypt, Qatar, the UAE, and another nation, Jordan, started airdropping aid into Gaza, and then Biden and his administration realized that maybe if they did the same thing, they could maybe regain some lost support amongst the left who have left supporting Biden over his support of genocide.
You to be the main supporter of the people who are causing that assistance to be necessary.
We also know and recognize that Israel has a right to defend itself against a still viable threat. Again, please, if you haven't done it, I encourage.
Okay, but how is the Israeli government killing 30,000 innocent civilians self-defense? Does that mean that the families of the people that the Israeli government has killed get to defend themselves against the Israeli government and thus get to attack the Israeli government? What about the Palestinians in the West Bank who are attacked by the settlers? Do they have the right to self-defense against those settlers and are should be able to kill them and anybody that they know as an act of self-defense? Why is it that the Israeli government gets to defend itself, but the innocent Palestinians being occupied by the Israeli government do not have the right to self-defense?
You to go online and read the 2017 manifesto of Hamas. I know you're smiling, but you should do it. Because if you don't have any, wait, let me finish. Let me finish. This is an organization that has military capabilities and has every intent of wiping Israel and the Israeli people off the map. That has
Military capability? They barely have military capability. It's pretty laughable to claim like Hamas is some kind of military force here compared to the Israeli government who has tanks and nukes and stuff like that. What does Hamas have? They got like sugar-powered rockets. Like, come on. Um, their attack on October 7th was using like air gliders and stuff to breach the Israeli walls and all that. Like, let's not pretend here that the Israeli government is fighting against some kind of powerful government or military force when they're not. The Israeli government has freaking jets and stuff.
to be unacceptable to everybody. Mr. Sinwar chose to start this war. There was a ceasefire in place. He broke it.
Do you think that the Israelis were defending themselves legitimately when they killed 100 of
There
people yesterday?
had been too many people killed over the course of this conflict. The president.
Well, that's a good question, and he's going to completely avoid it. Do you think the Israeli government was defending itself when it killed 100 people getting aid at the way? You know, he's not going to actually address that question.
The president has said that himself. Secretary Austin said it in testimony again yesterday. Each civilian life, Palestinians certainly included in that, each one is a tragedy and should be avoided.
Okay, but that does not answer the question is, do you think that the Israeli government was defending itself when the IDF killed 100 Palestinian aid and injured